Okay, today's lesson, let's talk about salt. Salt is something that is so simple, but people often make the most basic of mistakes. Okay, I'm gonna boil it down. You can talk till the end of time about how to season food, how to make food taste better, but nothing will kill food more than not adding any salt. Okay, it's a way bigger risk to the flavor of your food to not add any salt than to over season it. So when you're experimenting with food, do not worry about over seasoning. Think about, am I adding salt? Am I adding enough salt? That is the first concern you have. Now, what type of salt to add? Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Most salt, as far as your brain and your body is concerned, is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna bring the seasoning of food up to a point where it's delicious and palatable. Okay, so Diamond Crystal Kosher salt is a great standard salt to use. You want to use fancy fleur de sel salt, you can, but generally speaking, you just don't get too worried about what type of salt you're actually using. And the final thing I just wanted to say about salt, okay, is just experiment. Keep it next to your oven, keep it next to your countertop, and just put it on things. Put it on a tomato, put it on ice cream, okay? Add it to a little bit of honey to make salted honey. Start seeing how salt interacts with something like lemon juice, right? Just make sure you're constantly adding a little bit of salt to everything that you're eating, okay? Add it to a bite of a sandwich, add it to, a little bite of yogurt, bite by bite, and start getting used to tasting and seasoning like a chef would, because that's what chefs do. They sit around, they don't just add salt to a soup. They'll do something like take one little spoonful of a soup, taste it, they'll add a little bit of salt, they'll taste it again, they'll usually cleanse their palate a bit, and they'll keep seasoning it. Like, salt is not a one and done thing where you add it once and you forget about it. It's something that you need to do step by step so that you can kind of build an understanding of what is the desired level for you and for the people you're cooking for of how much salt to add. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't overthink salt. Just remember, no salt is the worst thing that can happen. Second worst thing is too much salt, but that's way harder to do. Chances are it'll just end up tasting delicious, and that's it.